Giants minicamp and OTAs are done. The spring is officially over. We're about 30 days away from training camp. And on today's video, we're going to tell you who stood out for the Giants this spring. But if you're ready for Giants football to be here, if you're ready for that first preseason game, if you're a sicko like I am and you need Giants football back in your life, hit that thumbs up icon right now. Welcome into New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Let's talk about it. Jordan Raanan, Giants insider of ESPN, listed out 9 players that he thought stood out this spring. And like he talked about, I just want to make it abundantly clear, like pads have not been on, really. It's not really full contact practices. There's no inside run drill. So it's essentially a passing camp. But when you see somebody moving and acting and playing a little bit different, you might know they're a little bit special. And Abdul Carter, yeah, he was the first player that Jordan Raanan mentioned. And we did a video earlier on the week on this channel about Abdul Carter on day 1 of minicamp. Had not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 sacks. And he was really a nuisance to practice because the Giants offense really couldn't do anything, because they didn't have anyone to block him. And yes, Andrew Thomas has not practiced yet. Yes, we haven't seen a lot of Jon Runyan, but he has beat Jermaine Illuminor. He's beat James Hudson. He's beat Aaron Stinney. He's beat John Michael Schmitz in the middle. Like, Abdul Carter has been awesome this spring, and it sounds like the early returns are he's better than expected, which is hard to even digest because he was really labeled as a generational talent coming out of the draft, and sounds like everything that's coming out has been awesome about him. So good to see that Abdul Carter is already making a lot of noise for the New York Giants this offseason. Another player that has stood out is Darius Slayton, and I think that Darius Slayton, and if you watch this channel, you know I'm not the biggest fan of Darius Slayton. I respect his game. I respect the hustle. I respect everything he's given to the New York Giants. I respect a 5th-round pick being and becoming what he has. He's gone from being a 5th-round pick to leading the team in receiving, to taking a pay cut, to going to free agency, coming back, going to free agency again, not expected to return any returns. And I now expect him to have his best year in the National Football League. He's a deep threat wide receiver. He's playing now with the best deep threat thrower in the NFL, and Russell Wilson. I think Slayton is going to have a career year, and I think you could say the same thing about Jaylen Hyatt. Like, we've talked at length about Hyatt on this channel and how he has had a great spring. He did have a hamstring injury at minicamp. Not too worried about that. I think he'll be ready to hit the ground running at training camp. But Hyatt knows it is now or never for him. And like Slayton, having a quarterback that's going to be able to maximize his skill set, it's the same with him. But what has stood out the most to me is how loud Russell Wilson has been in support of Jaylen Hyatt. Numerous times, I'm talking 4, 5, 6 times, unprompted, has gone out of his way to talk about, this kid's good. I believe in him. He's going to have a big year. He's untapped in terms of who he knows he can be, and Hyatt has made the most of his opportunities. Malik Neighbors has not practiced this spring, and Hyatt's got a lot of work with the first team, and he's left a good impression with Brian Daboll, who said he's become better at just being a wide receiver in every single spot. A guy that I'm glad is back with the New York Giants is Ihmir Smith-Marsette. He's a wide receiver, but he's known as being a punt returner and a kick returner, and he had some explosive plays for the New York Giants there last year, and in 7-on-7s and 11-on-11s, he's making a little bit of a name for himself. And it's one thing to try to buy a roster spot and earn a roster spot when you're a kick returner and you're a punt returner, but when you can show that you can play wide receiver, you can line up outside, you can get open, you can catch the football, you could turn it up, create yards after the catch, that's only going to increase your chances of making this team. And for Smith-Marsette, there's a place for him on this wide receiver room to actually get some burn. Yeah, you got Neighbors, you got Wandale, you got Slayton, you got Hyatt. All 4 of those guys are locks to make the roster. I think the Giants keep 6 wide receivers this year, and it's going to be a battle between Lil Jordan Humphrey, Zach Pascal, Bryce Ford-Wheaton, Ihmir Smith-Marsette, and some of the UDFAs, and Daquan Felton, Dalen Cambrian, Bo Collins. Smith-Marsette is putting his best foot forward this offseason, It's good to see, man. I'm a big fan of his, and I'm glad that he's back. One of my guys, Dante Turbo Miller, stood out this spring, and it's easy to understand why. He moves different. He's fast. He's explosive. He can catch the ball a little bit out of the backfield, and I'm hoping that he gets an actual chance and an opportunity to make this roster. We're all excited about the Giants running back room. A lot of people really love Tyrone Tracy. We are all in love with the idea of who Cam Scatterboot can be. People are sleeping a little bit on Devin Singletary. If he's your third running back, that's really good. Are the Giants going to keep 4? It's Dante Miller versus Eric Gray, in my opinion, of who's going to be that final spot on the running back depth chart for the Giants going into week 1. And he offers a skill set that you don't have. 0 to 60 and like that. This guy could scoot, man. You don't get the name Turbo if you're not fast. And I want to see him in the preseason earn his keep. A name we don't ever talk about on this channel. But every single time I read something from someone at practice, I talk to someone at practice, I see practice clips, it's Art Green, the corner, making plays. Couple of interceptions, couple of pass deflections. He's a tall, long, lanky athlete. He's got good speed, and he's growing more and more. And look, there's a spot for a corner to make this team. And we need another outside corner. Yeah, you got Paulson Adebo. You got Deonte Banks. Outside of those two guys, who do you really trust to play on the outside? I think Cordell Flott can do it. I like him more as a positional versatility guy, playing some slot and some outside. And I like Flott. Is Trey Hawkins going to make this team over Art Green? Like, is Corey Black going to do it? I don't think he's ready. There's a real-life world Art Green makes this team, and he's doing a good job of making an impression to the fan base, to the beat reporters, but most importantly to this Giants organization, because they decide who makes the team, and it's good to have more corners than I think the Giants have had in the past, which is not very many. Couple more players to talk about on today's show, but if you're looking to get a Giants Nike t-shirt on sale, go to this link, chatsports.com/Nike t-shirt. The shirt, it was $39.99. Now it's $27.99. Save yourself $12. Go get a bacon, egg, and cheese and a shirt, and let's go. Dane Belton. He was on my 3 players that are balling out at minicamp or OTAs. He was on my OTAs winners list. And when I do my minicamp winners list, he will be on it again. He's had not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 interceptions in the spring. Had another one at minicamp. A couple of those have been returned for touchdowns. He's a turnover-creating guy. We've shown the stats on screen. He forces fumbles. He catches interceptions. He punches balls out. He is someone that gets his hand on the ball, a lot of on-ball production. Dane Belton is someone that I'm really pumped up about, and I want to see him get a legit shot because this is a Giants defense last year that did not cause turnovers. And you need to find a way to take the ball away. How many times have you already heard it this offseason? Be a damn pirate. Go steal what's theirs. Take the ball away. Dane Belton does that. 4 fumble recoveries, 1 forced fumble, 11 PBUs, 5 tackles for loss, 5 interceptions, and 49 games played. The guy knows where to be. He has a nose for the football, and that thing doesn't just happen by chance. This guy's got a high football IQ, and there's a world where he could be playing alongside Jevon Holland, who also stood out this spring. Yeah, you paid Holland a lot of big bucks. You went out. He drafted Tyler Nubin in the 2nd round of the 2024 draft, but Shane Bowen is a defensive coordinator that likes to have a lot of defensive backs on the field. We'll see 3 safety looks. We'll see looks where there's 1 linebacker and 4 down linemen and 6 DBs on the field. The more people you can put on the field that force turnovers, the better that is going to be for your defense. I'm pumped up about this safety room. I know there's some talk out there that Holland was a locker room cancer for the Dolphins, and Dolphins players are saying there's guys that are no longer on this team that allow us to have more team chemistry, and he didn't have that good of a year last year, blah, 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 blah. This guy's a stud. He's going to impress a lot of people. I think year 2 of Tyler Nubin, we're going to see a sizable leap from him. And you also got Dane Belton, who I'm not sleeping on him, man. I'm not. Daniel Bellinger, good for him, man. He has been someone that seems like he's been on the chopping block the last couple of years, entering his 4th year at San Diego State, being a day 3 selection at the tight end spot. Like, it doesn't seem like he's ever been in the best favor, I guess you could say, of this coaching staff, but good to see that he stood out this year. I always think he's been a little bit underrated at the tight end spot. Like, he could catch, he could block. He's just not an elite athlete, and he's not an elite blocker. He's like a C+ at everything. But shoot, man, if that's your third tight end behind Theo Johnson and the blocker of Chris Manhertz, that's good. There's going to be a battle between Dulcich, Fedoni, and Bellinger, but I want to see Bellinger on this team, and I want to see him used a little bit more. I've always been a fan of his game. We just went through 9 players that have stood out this spring. My question to you, who do you think is the player that needs to step up this year? Name a player you think steps up this season. Who's going to play over expectations? Give me a name in the comment section, and make sure you are following me on social media. I got to get my social media game up. So help me out at @MarshallGreen_ on Instagram and at @MarshallGreen_ on Twitter.